hello, family, friends, and to all our new listeners. Welcome back to the Honest Abe Hour. I'm your host, Honest Abe, and with me, as usual, my producer, my friend, and my brother from another mother, Justice. You want to say hi to people?
Oh, hello, folks. How you guys doing?
Yeah, I always say hi.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Finally, weather's getting nice out there. It's out in the 80s, hopefully in the 90s. I guess all the restrictions are gone. Everything's back to fully normal, I guess. Everything's back to opening, or full opening, for the most part, which is, we would take anything right now, 80%, 90%. Hope everyone enjoyed last week's episode or hour, the challenges. Hopefully, you guys picked up some new challenges, completed them, still doing them. I mean, whatever you guys decided to do, I hope you guys did it, because we did. And now we're back with this new hour. Today, we're going to discuss the growth, past, the present. Me and Justice going to dive in deep. And we're going to talk about what we've been through, and especially like last year to up to this time. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. And, we have a lot to discuss. Hope you're ready, because I'm ready.
Oh yeah, let's get into it, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, just to start off, I guess we all go through this growing process. We always growing, you know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about, it's always interesting to look back, and see how much you grew and how much you've learned, and, where you at right now compared to where you were last year. So for me personally, I think a lot happened since last year to now. Physically, mentally, financially, a lot of that changed to the better. I mean, I think for you, you have also like certain things that changed in your life. I mean, I'm pretty sure it did. It's been, strange times, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's been one of the most strangest times.
Yeah. So I'm very interested to actually, talk about this because it kind of puts everything to perspective. It shows like what we've been through, and especially right now we are back, hopefully to like let's say 90 or 100%, reopening, so we can, I guess, like the weight is lifted, and we can go back and look back at those hard times and what have we learned and how much things have been changed. So for you, for example, I know we just met like a couple of months ago, and now we actually becoming close friends, or like we can call ourselves brothers. We are partners in podcasting, and it's really interesting. I'm actually enjoying it because I get to, you know, ask you certain things, and get to figure out where you were and where you at right now. Because it's always good to look back and see what we've been through. You know. So for you, a year ago, I know you were in New York, but you probably were living in a different neighborhood.
Um, yeah. Let's see. A year ago. Yeah, a year ago. I was, I was definitely in a different neighborhood. I was not in Brooklyn. Yeah. Um,
I mean, how do you like Brooklyn? How is Brooklyn? I mean, do you enjoy it? Do you, is it up your, is it a cup of tea?
it's yeah, definitely my cup of tea. I have several cups of tea in
Mm,
Brooklyn. I
yeah.
don't know, man. I'm there, man. I'm just trying to jump in there. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's
You
cool,
guys
man.
got to bear with me a little bit.
It's fine. Yeah.
um, yeah. I love Brooklyn, man.
Me too.
I think when I first came to New York, Brooklyn was one of the first places that felt like home to me.
Yeah, same
You
here.
know.
Same here. I heard a lot about it. I was actually pretty excited to, you know, come back to Brooklyn and get to see like where my family live, and the history behind it.
Right.
Brooklyn it's have a different vibe to it. I
Oh,
mean,
for sure.
every neighborhood have a different vibe, but Brooklyn is just got just a little extra touch on it. It changed a lot since I came here like 15 years ago.
Hmm.
But just looking back at last year, I'm so proud of everyone in here. Like restaurant owners, business owners, everyone stuck together.
Oh yeah.
Nobody bailed out.
Through COVID.
Right,
Yeah, yeah,
right,
for sure.
and not to point fingers at certain people, but a lot of people like abandoned New York when shit got real.
Oh yeah.
You know,
A
and
lot of people did. No, a lot of people just basically gave up on New York because they say that New York is a city that never sleeps, and
it
New
went to
York,
sleep
it slept
big time. It went on hibernation mode.
Bro, it was hitting the snooze button every day.
Yep, yep, and it kind of like brought the best and the worst out of certain people. It showed. I mean, me personally, I've never seen Times Square that empty.
Oh man,
I've never seen parking spots available like that.
Oh my
Highways
gosh.
empty. There was a lot of things that they were first time like for me personally as a New Yorker.
Yeah, for sure. I got to experience the city more than
Right.
I ever had before.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's crazy because I think I've mentioned to you once where it's like me living in New York, I always walk facing forward or downward. I've never got to look up because I don't look up. And
Right.
then there was time when I started looking, I'm like, oh man, look at that building. I didn't know they had that kind of like roofing and all that shit. And
Wow.
but it was pretty interesting, And I feel like, looking back at last year, one of the biggest things that changed in my life was I got to drop a lot of my bad habits. And I think for me personally, COVID was like that push that I needed to reassure me that this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Because like it put my, number one, I want to be healthy as much as possible so I can keep working and
Right.
avoid any kind of sickness, God forbid.
Right.
And when I met you, I was like, telling you how, I dropped certain bad habits, picked up some new good habits. And surprisingly, man, just 1 year, man, how much shit can change. So I'm hoping that I don't fall back into any bad habit in the next year.
Oh yeah. Man, I don't think that one could ever fall back into a bad habit after having such huge progression. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you wouldn't even want to go back to those ways or even try to go back to those old bad habits.
Well, let me ask you this though. I've heard this a couple of times, like when the reopening started to happen. Some people were talking about like they miss the old days where they can go to like bars and clubs and socializing, and they fear is like because they got to miss out for a whole year. They worried that when they go back, they might go back extra hard. They might, because when you miss something, you kind of go really heavy into it.
Yeah.
And I don't blame anybody for it. But at the same time, like you said, like for me personally, I'm doing my best to not fall back into any bad habits. It's okay to like have a day here and there, but not fully like fall right back into it.
Yeah, I get that. I think there's only but a certain few people that's like that because I think you have to break it down into the different types of categories of people.
Right.
Like, say, for instance, you have the people who are just like, okay, fuck COVID, it's not a real thing. I'm going to continue to party.
Yeah, so for them, nothing changed.
Yeah, so it's
though
just like, it's
the
just
party
like,
went
I'm
from
gonna continue to party.
It's like it went from the club to the house.
Yeah, and then you
know?
have those on the other hand who will still probably be in there wearing their mask and gloves and like saying 6 feet to everyone near
Yeah.
them, spraying with hand sanitizer.
Yeah, drinking it and spraying it.
Yeah, exactly.
But like I realized today, that's one of the topics that came up today was like, even though like let's say you're vaccinated, you can let go of the mask and go to certain places, but some people still want the mask to be on.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna stick with some people for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Because I think it became at this point a comfort level for a lot of people.
Yeah,
They just
yeah.
kind of gotten comfortable with it, and then the fact that, like, I was reading where some guy was saying, like, man, like we should definitely make this whole mask thing a norm, especially for people who are sick. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like if you feel like you're sick, you should definitely be out here wearing a mask.
I 100% agree, but like again, we live in a free country. People, want to do what they want to do.
Yeah, but his whole thing was, it should be the norm because look, I made it a whole year without being sick, and this is the first time for a lot of people because of the mask.
I agree with that.
You
This is
know?
the first time actually. I'm so glad you said that because I mentioned that a couple of days ago, or maybe not even a week ago. Was like this is the first year where I did not get sick at all, and I was like, it's surprisingly, I guess like it's not weird, but at the same time, it makes sense because like you're not interacting, you're not doing anything where you're basically preventing yourself from any physical interactions and avoiding the flu or getting a cold. But at the same time, like for me, the mask did different kind of damage to my body. The
Oh,
mask acne,
oh yeah.
it prevented me from jogging the way I wanted to jog or do certain things. I mean, again, it's everything have a plus and a negative. There's nothing that have complete, positive out of it, unless you're talking about, I guess, like something other than COVID. So for me, I was like, all right, I get this mask thing. If you have a little flu, then wear a mask to protect other people from yourself.
Yeah.
But we do want to see people's faces. We do want to see smiles. We do want to see familiar faces out there. Not sound fucked up, but like, man, that mask makes everyone look the same. It's like everyone have that same look. All you see is eyes, and it's like there's a lot of judgment
Yeah.
looks out there or judgmental eyes out there. And it's like, God,
Oh,
damn, everyone
yeah.
is judging each other right now.
Well, at least it feels that way because they always say
Yeah.
that the eyes never
And then
lie.
there's
You know,
those creepy masks with like those
the faces.
yeah, it's fucking creepy, man. I'm like, what is going on here? But again, everyone have a different sense of, I guess different touch, a different style.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wanted to actually, bring something up. It's like, I think growing, like the process of growing right now and being, we've all been adults, but like maturing actually. Looking back at my 20s, and I'm in my mid 30s right now, dude. I'm in total different mindset. Like my mindset has changed, my demeanor changed, my attitude changed, and I feel like I've learned a lot. If I really believe, man, and actually I want your take on this. Imagine you faced COVID when you were in your mid 20s. How would you handle it? You know what I'm trying to say, man?
Oh man, I'm thinking like, where was I in my mid 20s? Like, okay. Oh man, no. I was
Right?
living in Florida,
Yeah.
and oh gosh,
Like, can you imagine? Like, you see,
I was partying.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I was doing
Exactly.
a lot.
I really wanted to bring that question to you, like before we start this podcast. I was like, man, I'm gonna ask Justice about this because I know, like, if someone came up to me in my 20s and told me you have to wear a mask, you have to do this, I'm taking this away from you. You're not doing it, man. The way I would handle it would not be as nice as now.
Exactly, which is why I completely understand why a lot of the kids out there,
The young ones?
yeah, the
Oof.
younger kids was just like, yeah, fuck that. No,
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, because
You know?
I mean, the fact that when they tell people like no college parties, no summer, whatever it
Yeah.
is, people
I mean, these kids are just like literally just graduating high school,
And they wanna live their
this is their
life.
first chance of actually being able to
Right.
get out.
right.
And you take that from them
Yeah.
at that moment that they've been waiting for so long.
Yes.
I cannot no, dude.
And
I
and that's
cannot
why to
imagine.
me, I think I wanted to bring this topic up because I realized like because I'm in a certain age right now where I can see things differently and I can actually approach them differently. It made me realize like I looked at COVID all this past year as a life lesson, as an opportunity to benefit from it, to come out of it, I guess, stronger, better, and a plus side. But I can see certain people that they're not up there yet in the mindset, and they looked at this like as this bullshit. It ruined my college experience. Or imagine like, you're sitting in a dorm, you're not actually interacting with people. It's kind of messed up because your college
Yeah.
experience be that way.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting to see how it is. But again, you and me always talk about certain things because we are in our mid 30s and we are trying to like be real with our, I guess, age and our mindset and where we at right now. And I realized in order for you to talk about growth, I guess, you have to be in a happy place. You have to be in a good place to actually be able to look back at certain things that you've been through and talk about them in this matter. You know what I'm saying? Because I think me personally, if I got asked this question when I was going through like certain things in my life that puts me in a different mindset, I don't think I would be able to see things as clear and accept things for what they are.
No, of course not. I mean, I was one of those people who, in the beginning, I didn't even want to believe it. I didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like I'm still going to continue to live my life. I'm still going to go out. But then the people that are around were like, "No, dude, you're crazy. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta get sick. You're gonna die." Like,
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
no, forget that.
There's a lot of fear out there. but also, I realized that now that I'm actually getting a little older, I do listen more right now. I pay more attention. Like, you ever realize when you're younger, if someone tells you something, it literally goes over your head, or like they say, one ear in, one ear out. And I wonder if that's, I don't know if it's you being wiser, or maybe you kind of like seeing things for what they are, or you're more humble. For me personally, I think I'm more humble now, because before, when I was younger, man, you say something to me, I'm shaking my head, yes, yes, but inside, I'm not. I'm already like, I already lost you a long time ago.
I lost a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm like, man, I'm glad. It's so crazy to even think about this, but I'm so glad that like we both are very, very similar in our age, so we can discuss certain things without me feeling like, man, I'm an old fart trying to like tell this young man some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's always like age sometimes can be like a roadblock within itself.
Yeah.
You talk to someone and they mind their energy is somewhere else, and you're trying to like throw some like wisdom at them or some like insight into something, and they're like, man, shut up, old man, I ain't trying to hear this.
Well, at this point, I think that's exactly where you're going, because you got a birthday coming up.
Yeah, I
You
am.
do. You're getting old.
I've been old.
I mean, you keep saying this. We guys or us guys are in our mid-30s. No, dude, you're in your mid-30s.
Hold on.
I just turned.
Time out.
I'm in my early 30s.
Wait. So if you're younger than me by a year,
It
like,
still doesn't matter. Well, a year and some change, actually.
it's true. That means I could have seen Pac and Biggie get shot, and then you probably didn't even see that happen.
Exactly.
You're like, who, when? Like, yeah, But it's cool though. But if you had to look back, I mean, for yourself personally, a year ago, you're probably going through some ups and downs like I did, and I'm really happy for you, because I know right now you're in a better place and your mind is actually like all cleared out and you see things
Oh
differently.
man. Oh, do I?
So if you wanna, let's say, if you wanna share some things with us, including me, I would love to. Do you feel that this COVID situation is one thing that gave you that extra push, or you felt like you would go in that direction whether COVID happened or not?
Oh, I was definitely going in that direction whether COVID happened or not. Did I have it all figured out pre-COVID? No,
Okay.
but I had somewhat of an idea of a direction that I wanted to go. Even, what I'm saying, like, because prior to that, like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, I was definitely in a rough situation. You know, right before I turned 30. Yeah, my life was in shambles, man.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
But when I turned 30, I don't want to say like light kicked on, but something kind of kicked on in me and just said, okay, you know what, like, stop waiting around for everybody else, just do you. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
I
So
feel
that's
that.
what I did, you know what I'm saying? And of course there was some ups and downs, and then right before COVID some more ups and downs, more of a down than up, but
Yeah.
hey, it happened, you know what I'm saying?
Of course, man.
Um Hell, like, even the first half of COVID, even though I was, still running at that point in my life, my company wasn't like quite where I wanted it to be.
Gotcha.
I mean, it still isn't, but it wasn't really like, I don't want to say legit, but
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
things were, yeah.
let's say you were.
I was freelancing it.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
just say I
The
was just-
materials were coming in.
Yes, I was freelancing
everything
out
was,
here.
all the shipping was actually underway.
Yes,
But I mean, I'm glad you said that, because like, myself, I was going through like, through ups and downs, but at the same time, it's like I had a feeling that if this is the right, again, timing, right? I feel like this is the right time for me, and to get my shit together. I think that's how we say it, to get my shit together. If I'm gonna hit my 30s and want to make like a really big leap, and actually like make something change, like a dramatic change where I can look back at it and say, you know what, I did some major changes. It's like, when people like redecorate like insane or like major cleaning, that's
Right.
what I did. I did
Right.
like a major cleaning of my life. And it's so crazy that only in 1 year a lot have changed. So that kind of like made me realize, like, man, where I'm gonna be a year from now. How much would I be able to like change information, like me gaining more information? Am I gonna be able to do more than I can, or am I gonna be able to actually like just fill this upcoming year with new activities, new things to like, so I can look back at it and be like, wow, every year I'm stacking up.
Right.
Because I like this whole idea of me doing more things and more productive things and meeting new people every year instead of having the same exact year every year.
Exactly.
You know what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say?
Yeah.
Because like I feel like the back in the days I used to get stuck in this mindset. If I'm comfortable, I'm just gonna keep staying comfortable. But like being uncomfortable
Comfortable is.
sometimes is
I was gonna say being comfortable can get boring.
oh yeah, yeah, especially like if you are really good at it.
Yeah.
Like you're good at making money, working, whatever, but there's nothing new happening.
Yeah.
You know,
There's no
and
challenges.
exactly, exactly. There's nothing that challenges you or nothing that gets you out of your comfort zone, so you feel like I can do this for X amount of years. And me personally, I love using the word humble because like I got humbled like a lot. And one of the biggest things that humbled me was I am healthy. Everyone that I know is healthy. We got to maintain like we got to keep our jobs and our life, I guess, intact. The only thing that I wished actually is certain people that I know, including like, I mean, I know some people that had a little rough time during COVID, but now they're making good recoveries. And the reason why we reach out to certain people is because we want them to know that we did not forget about you.
Right.
We're not turning our backs on you. It's just we've been so focused on what's going on that now we have the opportunity and the chance to actually give back and reach out. And I think this podcast is a way for us to reach out to friends, family, even strangers out there, that to remind them that you're not alone. It's just we hoping that you know you survive this hard year, and now you can look to the next, look up to the future, and say, you know what, things will get better. So I'm glad that things are getting better right now, and we're moving up. And I realized like my perspective changed. Like before, I use this term right now, and I want to actually get your little take on it. I used to look at certain things from one angle before, my angle. But now I'm actually able to like look at things from like a 360-degree angle. Like look at a problem or a situation, let's say, from my perspective, from that person's perspective, from all different angles. And it is making me more, I guess, like wiser, or I can approach things much better, man. Even though I have anger issues or temper, I'm a Gemini, can't help it.
Oh,
But
man.
I'm learning how to face a situation, and instead of me looking at my way, I try to look at it from different angles. And I wonder, like, do you think this is something that I developed, or we develop as we get older?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it is something that you develop. I think what it is more so like I guess it's like what is it that you're allowing yourself to have patience for? You know what I'm saying? So if you're able to look at things in someone else's perspective, at one point in time, you may not have even had the patience to even do that because
Yeah.
you're only thinking about yourself, and that's just selfish. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So being able to have that type of patience to even think to even look at someone else's perspective or looking at something from another angle, um, that is growth along. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
because I realized like when I was younger, there was a lot of like competition in me. I wanted to compete with people, ideas, perspectives. Now it's more of like I'm gonna do my best to look at that person. I guess, why is he looking at it this way? Why is he thinking that way? And maybe if I can shed some light on his perspective or his opinion, maybe he can see where I'm coming from. But at the same time, it's like I just speak of what I know, and if I don't know that much about certain things, I try my best to not pretend that I know. See, now I'm more honest with myself. If I don't know about something, I'll tell that person from the jump, hey, listen, You might be right and I might be wrong, or the other way around, but I'm willing to listen. I'm willing seriously to listen. If you present me a situation and you speak to me clearly about it and you tell me why you view certain things certain ways, maybe I'll get turned around and I understand it and I'll see what you're talking about. And I think that is one of the things that is helping me right now to be more kinder, understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like we say, like I don't jump into conclusions right now. I look at everything in a in a calm matter, and I'm trying to figure out why that person is acting this way. I mean, our audience doesn't know about our daily day, like work and who we face, but we have certain people that you and me we see here and there that they're very set in their ways, and some people they have this defense mechanism. You say something to them. I know you're laughing, but you know exactly like certain people that I mentioned, but I don't want to like put them on blast. But they to us they are the example of how growth haven't kicked in their life yet,
Oh, yeah.
because they use the past a lot, right? And this is something that is gonna be like one of the upcoming, I guess, like topics for this moment, where it's like some people like use the past as like a defense mechanism, but they don't realize it's the past, people. Like you telling someone I did something 6, 7, even 5 years ago. That's like long time ago.
Well, some people, you have two type of people out there. Some people that lean on the past, and some people that learn from the past.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. I'm not leaning. I'm learning, and I'm trying to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Like,
gonna sit in it for that
I
long.
don't need the past to hold me up. Like,
Yep.
literally, I don't need it to hold me up.
And also, like, I don't know, like, if you feel the same way as I do, but like, I don't stress things as much anymore. I do go through stress. I mean, I'm human. I have days where I'm stressed out from certain things, but I don't sit there and over.
Give it too much energy.
Yeah. Like I like the idea. Like when I met you, how we spoke about we want to cultivate this positive energy, positive vibe. Spend less time thinking about negative things and things that can dictate your day. And I think it's a good mindset.
Yeah.
Because man, there's already so much negative things out there, so much bad shit out there that it's already consuming your thoughts, your day, your time. You barely even have enough time to like focus on things that matters.
Exactly.
And the older you get, you start to realize how to dodge certain things. You bob and weave through certain situations. You're like, listen, I can spend some time in here, but I would rather not spend that much time in this place on this
In this
topic.
dark place.
Yeah, because like it's so easy to be consumed by it. I think being positive requires you to actually like put work into it, but being negative is just you piling up on top of shit that's already been out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to fall into that mind state. Yeah.
Yeah, and also I'm developing this good habits where I approach my day differently now. So you know how some of us actually have like a set plan for the day. I think that's what keeps me in check right now. You know, the younger me, randomness is what my life was. My life was random. I'm like spontaneous
I
moments.
was just getting ready to say, you took
Right?
the word right out of my mouth. It's not, oh, I'm being random. No, I'm just a spontaneous person.
Yeah. And sometimes you're like too spontaneous that like
Yeah.
you spiral in a direction that like
Which is nothing wrong with being spontaneous.
Oh, no,
you
no,
know
no,
what I'm
no,
saying?
no.
But you have to know the difference between being spontaneous and just no time management and just random, like you said.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and also like not to keep being the same genre, being older, but like when you get older, you're like you value your time differently. You would rather like spend your time doing something that matters to you. I mean, I used that term earlier. Like you might be selfish, but for the right reasons, and it kind of shows that like you rather take the time that you have in hand and use it towards things that matter to you, whether it's like doing a podcast, working out, working towards your company, things that really matters. Because like every day that you waste and then you look back at the calendar and you say, oh shit, it's been a year and I haven't done what?
Absolutely nothing.
Right. And I'm hoping that this episode is gonna like shed some light on situations that's been going unnoticed. Because I think we always talk about the 1 hour or the power hour, but like when you look at a year, man, that's 12 months of what have you done lately?
365 whole
Yeah, yeah,
days.
and not to point out the fingers of certain people, but some people had a good 300 days to sit home and rethink and really look at certain things, and what have you done with those 300 days?
Right.
You know, so I'm hoping that this whole growth, it's not only from age and mindset, it's also like, have you done anything new in this past year that you're willing to hold on to for the future, or is it going to be like you, the new you? Is it something that's going to change you for good?
I'm really hoping so. I heard someone saying like 2020 and 2021 was kind of like, you ever play like those video games um, where it's like you start off with three lives
Yeah,
and then bam, something
right.
happens and now you have two lives. That's what COVID was. So now everyone's like, everyone that had three lives now has two lives. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So it's like a reset for everyone, but you get to start from the level where you left off at. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But now there's only one way to go, and that's up from there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's like you have a checkpoint,
Oh yeah,
and you already know, like, I don't want to like keep messing up this checkpoint.
right,
So like, let
right.
me keep moving on.
Exactly. So that's how I'm actually beginning to look at it, because even through COVID, um, one thing that I did, well, the first half of it, I drank a lot. I drank
I feel you.
a lot,
I mean,
a lot. And then it got to a point just like, okay, you know what? Let me get my shit together, because I could be doing something way better with my time, doing something so much better. And then, you know what I ended up doing? I ended up enrolling in some classes, and you know what I'm saying? Here I am, you know, getting a whole diploma from NYU for filmmaking. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
man, you don't look back.
Exactly.
You realize you've been stagnant for a while, and you
Hmm.
realize you've been doing the same thing. It's like a Groundhog Day.
Right.
You reliving the same thing over and over. And
Right.
like, okay, I'm kind of like done from this, and let me do something new, which is really good because you get to realize that on your own. I think this is gonna be like my new lifestyle, and
Oh wait,
I
what do you mean by this is gonna
I
be your new
mean, like,
lifestyle?
I think me living this healthy lifestyle, I hope I can maintain it for a long time. For example, like me waking up early and me committing to this like routine of working out and eating good and not falling back to my old habits, I think is not gonna be, it's not gonna end the moment like COVID is over and life go back to normal. I think I enjoy what I'm doing right now, and I truly mean it when I say I'm happy where I'm at, and I hope I can keep it this way. So I'm wondering for you, for example, like you are a vegan at the moment and you plan to stay vegan,
Hmm.
right? You enrolled in a gym.
Hmm.
You have this mindset of like, expanding your company, trying to like do as much as you can.
Hmm.
And I'm wondering, is this gonna be like your normal day to day, activities even after COVID goes away?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, even prior to COVID, this was always my dream. This was always what I wanted to do. It was just getting the resources all together and actually putting all the pieces together, because I have been piecing it together for years at this point.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I got this, I got that, I got that. And then when things started to finally come together and start to form something,
yeah,
then COVID, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And it just
yeah,
kind of shattered all of that, which was fine too, because it actually allowed me to see that the picture that I was trying to put together wasn't the right picture.
yeah.
And so now that the pieces are kind of like showing me something different, they're the
Right.
same pieces, but they're showing me a whole nother
Yeah,
different picture.
it's like you have a puzzle, but now you rearrange it differently and you see a
Yeah.
different path.
So now it's like a mosaic at
Yeah,
this point.
yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
that because like I did have the same kind of mindset before COVID. Like, I was trying to approach like certain things I want to change in my life,
Hmm.
but when COVID happened, a lot of those things that like got put on hold. But at the same time, new things appeared in my life,
Hmm.
and I'm thankful. Like, I'm not thankful for COVID, but I'm thankful for the things that I've been through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, it's I really think some of us went through different obstacles, different ups and
Oh
downs,
yeah,
or
for
different
sure.
roadblocks, I guess. And I cannot think about any other way for me to approach this situation, or even dealing with this past year, if I did not go through whatever happened with COVID. Because the way I'm looking at it right now, if this whole lockdown didn't happen, this whole like the whole country got shut and everything got like limited, whatever. Maybe the world. I mean, when I say the country, where we at, but it's true, the world. I wasn't gonna be able to maybe to approach certain things a certain way, and maybe I wasn't gonna be humble enough to actually, say, "Oh wow, I'm happy that just a simple jog is a simple freaking diet change and whatever prevents me from falling into a I guess like a limbo or fall into a spot where I would not be able to return." And you know how you mentioned like you were drinking a lot or whatever, and you had to like face that reality. That's the same thing with me. I was living a certain lifestyle that like I knew like before COVID, I knew that this lifestyle was taking me to a certain path that I don't want to be on it no more. But at the same time, that gave me the extra push to get out of it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that it probably, for the most part, it's probably us damn millennials. I think this was God's way of saying, "You damn millennials, get your shit together."
Yeah, you guys
know what I'm
party too
saying?
hardy, and
Yeah,
then it's
because it
enough.
was a lot of. I mean, all of us were.
Yeah,
And if we're like the next generation to basically take over this world,
right. And
we all had to get our shit
yeah,
together.
yeah, it's true.
So I think it was a perfect timing for a lot of people. I don't mean to say that in a way of because um, I don't want to disrespect anyone who may have lost loved ones,
Oh no, we're
along the
sorry if you
way.
lost someone. We
Yeah,
really
for
truly
sure,
are.
for sure.
But yeah, I know
But
what you
it
mean, man.
definitely it had to wake a lot of people
It's
up.
a wake up call.
Yeah,
It's literally a wake up call for the world. It's an eye opener to show you that like you being comfortable and thinking that this life that you have or this situation that you're in gonna last forever,
hmm
it's not happening anymore.
yeah,
And again, it showed you that enough is not enough.
hmm
And I realized like you went through like this dramatic change in your life, but you came out of it better. I hope so.
yeah.
Right?
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
hopefully.
And one thing that I've been talking to you about even before the podcast, and I want to bring it up right now, is that like I mentioned to you before, when you go through that when you hit rock bottom,
Hmm.
there is this moment in your life where you realize I need to get out of it on my own.
hmm
You might reach out to certain people and get like we call it a lifeline or whatever, but sometimes, man, you getting out that bad spot on your own, I think personally makes you a stronger, better person. It prepares you for anything in the future,
hmm
and that to me is growth. Because I've told you before, where it's like the young me will blame everyone around me before even blaming myself for whatever situation I'm in. The older me is like, why are you throwing your shit on other people when you know it's your freaking problem?
hmm
You need to face your problem by yourself and figure out what's the problem, what's not making you happy, what's not giving you what you need, and then figure out how to get out of it.
hmm
And I know why some people don't like that mindset or don't like to think about it because it's so uncomfortable to look at yourself, like to look at yourself in the mirror and say, "You are the problem.
hmm
You've been sitting like on your ass doing nothing about it, and look where you are right now." Facing yourself is really hard, and I've said it plenty of times before. You could be your worst enemy. You can feed yourself all this bullshit, telling yourself, "Hey man, we all right, we be good. Next year will be
It'll
better,"
get better, yeah.
and it never gets better.
hmm
So I think for me personally, what happened since the beginning of COVID up to this point is that I faced, and I don't want to use the word demons, but I just faced my demons. I faced my darkest thoughts. I faced like my negative, like I guess, mindset and all the negative energy that was in me. It got pushed out because I finally reached a point in my life where I'm satisfied with where I'm at and what I'm doing and who I'm meeting, and I feel like me meeting you and planning to do this podcast and being coworkers, it showed me that there is some people out there like me that have to go through some hardship and have to go through a lot of like ups and downs to come out of it, better.
Yeah. That's what we call groundbreaking.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's like that seed was planted. It's like, there's always been something inside of you, and it's just like, yo, when is it ever going to come out?
Right.
When am I ever going to get it? When am I ever going to grow? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
And it's
exactly.
funny because, like, I was actually going to ask you a question, like, um, at what age do you think that one should have their life put together or their life should be together?
Okay, so I can answer that question in two parts. I think some of us grow up faster than we should because the life that we live and the situation that we're in, right?
Mhm.
I always say to whoever I meet, if you are blessed, you come from a good family, and your life is good, then God bless you for that, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
happy for you. But some of us grew up different. We had to work from an early age. Me personally, I started working when I was like 16, turning 17. So all I know is like work, go to school, have fun as much as I can. I did have fun. I'm not gonna make it sound like I never have fun. I have plenty of fun. But I realized like I got my shit together in my 20s, but not the way that you think about it. I got my shit together when it comes to like paying bills and responsibility, but I did live my life to the fullest, and I
Mm-hmm.
made plenty of wrong decisions, more than right decisions. But what kept me in check is that like, I had responsibilities on my shoulder,
Right.
so it kept me in that path. And I truly believe that maybe in mid 20s where you have to get your shit together, because it's not fair. It's not fair when you are young and living this extreme, serious, responsible life, and you get to miss out. You
Mm-hmm.
ever see, and I'm not trying to use this as an example to be funny with people, but you ever see when you go to a club and you see a gentleman or a female in their 40s trying to act like they're in their 20s? I don't think it's their fault. I think because they've missed out, and now they're trying to catch up. And you realize like time is everything.
Mm-hmm.
You like enjoy your time, and then you have some people in their I guess like early 20s. They're so serious. Like you talk to them and you feel like they're like grown ass men. They're older,
Yeah.
and because of whatever circumstances they've been in. So for me personally, I think my mid 20s is where I start to like think about where I want to be at. But to be completely real, like completely honest, I never thought I was gonna be where I'm at like right now when I was younger. I could never see that far because again, I was my worst enemy. I told myself this is the life I wanted to live. I'm happy where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Groundhog Day, let's make another Groundhog Day.
Oh man.
But it wasn't good enough. And it's crazy, man, because once you have like this new discovery of who you really are, like you said, you can go back.
Yeah.
I rediscovered myself. I hope you, our listeners, friends, family, I hope you guys rediscover who you are, and I
Mm-hmm.
hope you like who you discover right now.
Oh man. Yeah. Not just like them, love them, love who you discover. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, and I think I'm very big on this word like love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I know it sounds like super simple to tell someone, "Hey, love yourself." Of course, I love myself. Who doesn't love themselves?
Mm-hmm.
But like, do you love yourself enough?
Mm.
Do you love yourself enough to like not make bad decisions, not to do certain things that put you in a bad spot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you love yourself enough to not be angry at certain things and
Do
wake
you
up
love yourself enough not to talk negatively about yourself to
yeah,
yourself?
yeah. See, it's good to you know call yourself out to check where you at, like,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, but like don't spend that much time in it.
Mm-hmm.
And sad to say, some people they spend too much time doubting themselves, saying certain things to themselves, like to put them in a bad spot. Because, like, me, I always thought about it this way: like, pointing at the obvious sometimes can be good, but how long are you spending time in that place? Because I believe personally, like, action matters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, taking steps matters. And that's why me presenting this whole idea of like facing a roadblock, facing an obstacle, equipping yourself with good habits to overcome the bad habits. Those things are very important in order for you to like make a jump to the next level. It's like, think about you playing a video game, but you can never reach the next level because you're not equipped with the right tools to get you to the next progression. And you keep asking, I played this level a million times, but I can never get out of it because you never got to equip yourself the right way to get out of it. And
You keep trying to use the same
the
things.
same moves,
Yeah.
the same roadmap, and people's like, no, dude, there's a different path that can get you out of it. It's just you have to, take it. You have to face it. And I don't know if courage is a word like that associated with that situation, but you have to accept certain things and face them face on, like, head on. You know what I'm saying? So that to me is at least what growth means, and that's to me what age comes in. I hope both of us, man. I really hope that when we hit our mid 40s, our early 40s, we can look back at this whole 30s that we've been through and everything that we did, and we're like, wow, look where we started and where we are right now. You know what I'm saying? And again, like if you're a listener that you are in your 40s, we hope that when you live up to your hundreds, even up to your whatever, like all the way up to your hundreds, and
Oh,
God
damn,
willingly,
you jumped up there.
yeah, look back because, dude, I've seen people in their 70s and their mindset is sharp like a mother. They got their shit together. Like,
Yeah, it's so
ye-
funny you said that. I just watched this lady the other day. She's like dressed to the T for her party. And she's like, got on the white sneakers and the dazzled shirt and stuff with her picture and shit on it.
just
And
chilling,
I'm
huh?
like, I'm looking at the caption like, how old is this lady? This lady's 104 years old, and she's like stepping out like, yo, I'm ready. Like, what's up? Y'all got
Yeah.
this for my TikTok or nah?
Yeah, but I realized like, um, I don't know if you can relate to this, but like, don't you realize sometimes when someone reach out to help you, like a word of kindness or advice, I think when you're older, you you accept it, but at the same time you appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're younger, you accept help because you're desperate and you need it. But I don't know if you appreciate it.
Oh no, of course not.
You know what I'm trying to
'Cause you'll be
say?
back again.
Yeah. Now it's like when someone says something to me that changes something in my life or I benefit from it, I cannot stop thinking about it, and I cannot wait to give it to someone else. I know this is gonna sound like a funny example, but our driver, when he told me like, "Hey, you wanna be fit a certain way? Maybe you should try this sets of workout," because he's been there before. I was kind of like not sure about it in the beginning, but then I took it serious, and the results like they were amazing, and I couldn't stop repeating those information to whoever I met. I said it to my brother, to my friends, to my mom, to my roommate, because
Hell, when you first met me, you said it to
the
me.
first time I was like, dude, you like, and it's crazy because I thought about it. Like, I'm like, man, now when I receive something that benefits me, I cannot wait to
To
share
share
with
it.
people. Yeah, it's like spreading, love, spreading the good word out there. And
That's why I have this information and harvest it for yourself.
yeah, yeah, like don't be selfish. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
you already
saying?
got the knowledge. Like,
Right. And I think that's one thing that's helping me grow right now is that like every time I meet someone or someone says something to me that benefits me, the first thing I try to do is share the information. And I think this podcast or this platform that we have allows us to do that. And to take a moment, I really, really want to thank whoever comes into this podcast and share with us and support us because that to us is like what keeps us like motivated to do more because you take someone's feedback and say, oh wow, that person is benefiting, let me share with someone else, and then and it goes on and on.
oh yeah, for sure.
So
for
I
sure.
think I think that's what's making me more, I guess, like understanding of how information matters now. Because like you said, like if I'm keeping it to myself, I am benefiting, but like am I helping other people benefit?
Right.
So this is why me facing new challenges and new situations sometimes allows me to reach out to certain people and say, hey, what would you do if you're in my situation? How would you approach this? And I have no shame anymore in the sense of like talking to people and presenting them with my obstacles.
Yeah.
Before, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, life has a funny way of throwing those types of people in your path.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
It's like the universe basically knows what she's doing
oh
every
yeah,
time. You
yeah,
know?
yeah. I mean, we, you and me, I think we have a funny story. Like that's how we met. We met like we thought like the universe put us together in this space for us to get together and talk about what we feel and what we've been through, and that's how we sparked this whole idea of the podcast because we felt like, man, we have a lot of similar upbringings, and we felt like we needed some kind of platform to share our stories and our life journey, and also to introduce all those people that helped us become who we are. And this is why this whole idea of like we are a family, we bring in everyone as a family and accepting people for who they are and we're not trying to like point fingers at each other. Is we trying to like hug each other. We're trying to like reunite, become a one unit, and share this love, share this attitude, this energy with everyone. It's a free platform for everyone. But
Yeah.
what we need or what we want is people to actually be willing to be here in this space. No one can force you to do anything other than yourself. I think that's one of the biggest challenges for all of us, including us. Like, we're learning with this like process that we're doing, but you have to be willing to put yourself out there.
Mm.
And me, I'm super outgoing, and I think I can get that out of you sometimes. Where it's like, I'm gonna let this motherfucker say what he gotta say because I'm gonna push him to say it. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's good though, because you know why? Eventually, it comes from a good spot, so I never feel weird about it. You know, when I meet people, I'm very outgoing because I want to hear what they gotta say. Cause I never know what they gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
And again, maybe they will say something that's gonna benefit me, and like, hey, let me go share it with someone else. If I never get to be this way, it would be hard for me to like interact with certain people and see what they got.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's like a mystery box. Something looks good from the outside, but it's bad from the inside, or the other way around. You know what I'm saying? Because some people do have like some wild information that you're like, wait a minute, did you just really say that? You know. But at the same time, if we're talking about growth, I think I'm more understanding now. Because before, I couldn't wait to prove people wrong. I
Oh
couldn't wait to,
yeah.
like, like that moment, like, I got you.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
have that in me no more. I don't know what it is. I joke about it. I think I became, like, I use the term, I'm Buddhist now, where it's like, I don't bother no one. I don't know when to be upset, be angry around me, to like, take it the wrong way. Because, we've used this whole term of, like, you can verbally assassinate someone,
Yeah.
but I don't need to do it no
For
more.
what? There's no
Right.
purpose behind it.
Yeah.
It's just like you have so much good energy in you. It's just like there's no need for me even to try to put any bad energy out there because it's already, like you said, there's already
Exactly.
so much out there already.
And you don't want to, I've said it like before, like you don't want to stoop down to someone's level and play that game, because you know what they're trying to do. They're trying to like suck you into their kind of like negative, or I don't want to call it negative, but they do want to like bring you into their playing field and like, dude, I don't want to do this. It's like, okay, so hopefully that's your mindset and the way you live right now gonna inspire other people out there, instead of them pointing fingers and trying to poke at you and see the flaws in certain things that you do. Hopefully that would not be the first thing they think about. They should be thinking of like, how can I join this person? How can I benefit from them? It's
Mm-hmm.
like the same way we want to benefit from everyone. You would hope some people like live that way. Wake up in the morning, instead of saying, let me go see what Justice is able to do, and let me see if I can like point something out. No, how about we just like trying to benefit each other? And I think that's where you would hope you surround yourself with those kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
Because um, there's already enough people out there that trying to you know bring certain things to the table that are not even useful. It's like the topics that they bring in, the energy that they bring in, sometimes can be misguiding or misleading.
Mm.
Because, like, to me personally, when I'm having a conversation with someone, I want information that's gonna benefit me. I want to gain knowledge. I'm always interested in gaining knowledge. I'm very good at listening right now because I never know what the next thing you're gonna say is gonna benefit me. But if I can tell that like you trying to just like say something for the sake of saying it, but you're not benefiting me, you're not benefiting anyone around me, I'm not trying to hear it. I know you're laughing because you know exactly where I'm going with this, but I think some people out there, they have this problem where they rather say certain things, but they do not want to receive any information. So in a nicer way, you want to say your shit, but you don't want to take shit from nobody.
Well, it all goes back to the conversation that we were having earlier. At some point, you get to that age where you stop listening just to yourself and actually start to listen to other people.
Yeah,
Some people just aren't there yet.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Well, they haven't grown yet.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah.
the younger self is overpowering the older or the new self. Like, they're just getting overpowered
It's,
by
it's
this.
it's definitely a power struggle, but you can tell like some people, because we've been there. You know what I'm saying? We feel that we know or we know better,
if I get to go back at this whole growth thing, I'm hoping in the end of this, I guess like this hour, that whoever's listening, they get to look back at it and say, what have I learned this past year? Forget about like learning the information of like that you've been hearing over and over in the news and doctors. Those we all learned a lot of new things.
Hmm.
We all did, including myself. But like, what have you learned about yourself? You personally, you facing this whole like year of like your favorite things got taken away from you. You couldn't see your loved ones. You couldn't go to certain places, do certain things. What have you learned? You know what kind of person you are. Are you that person that shuts down and accept the reality that you're facing? Are you someone that faced this bad, horrible year and said, you know what, I'm gonna come out of it stronger. I'm gonna better my life. You know, a year is a long time,
Mm.
and I personally, speaking from just for myself, I'm really, really proud of myself. I'm extremely happy to say that I came out of this stronger and I faced a lot of my bad and negative habits and I kind of figured out how to deal with them.
Right.
I'm like in the term of jujitsu, I'm rolling with my bad habits and kicking their ass. You know what I'm saying? Because like bad habits don't you can't get rid of them that easy.
Yeah, they
And
die hard.
yeah, yeah, and also falling into a negative mindset is one of the things that I try to avoid now. Again, I admit it's okay to have ups and downs and bumps in the road, right?
Yeah,
We spoke
we
about
all
how
have
like
those days.
yeah, yeah, but like I don't look back and dwell on the past as long. I'm like, all right, it's gone now. So I'm really extremely happy where I'm at, and I can't wait to see where I'm gonna be next year from now. But if I can go back to the challenge that we presented last week, I keep challenging myself to do new things and keep doing more things, and that's why I'm actually occupied. My time, my mind, my everything's occupied. I'm filling myself with those things that keeps me occupied. Instead of saying again that comfort zone. I don't want to be comfortable with this lifestyle that I'm living. I
Right.
want to keep it going.
Right.
And I think if I can or we can keep presenting people and ourselves with challenges, we're always going to be engaged. It's going to force us to keep part of something, and then someone else can come in and add something to it. It's just we have to, keep mixing it up so we don't get burned out. Also, that's one thing that I've realized. Like, I don't want to burn myself out from anything. Because too much good can burn you out, too much
Yeah,
bad
that's
can,
true.
you know what I'm saying?
That is very true.
So it's good to have that balance, and it's like having a cheat day. You have a cheat day for a diet. It's good to have a cheat day when it's come to like, the challenges that you face, because sometimes it's okay to like, to like let loose,
I never thought about it like that.
but at least like we kind of grew a lot. I mean, and hopefully we keep growing. I know my birthday's gonna come up soon. I don't want to sound weird, but man, I never cared about my birthday because to me, I have things that I face daily that teach me so many things that me looking at year to year don't mean nothing to me. And I'm gonna say this because I hope you can give me some take on this, or give me like your opinion on this. You know how people wait to New Year's and they say New Year's resolutions?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why people wait till the ball drops. Man, the ball done dropped. Like, what y'all waiting for? Like,
Yeah.
if you want to make a change,
It dropped the same time last year.
Yeah,
And
why-
you still haven't done shit.
yeah, like make a change as soon as you think about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, let's say if you're standing in the summer like in hot asphalt and it's like my feet are burning. You're gonna wait till like the summer's gone. No, you're gonna run right there. Like, I'm out of this shit.
Right.
So I don't know why that whole term of like I'm gonna wait for like a New Year's resolution to come in so I can do something different.
Because I'm not gonna say it just seems more easier to prepare yourself for it, so you know that it's about to be some hard work coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of just jumping in right away
And doing it.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's the fear. It's
Yeah.
it's definitely a fear. It's almost like the same thing. Like, you ever seen someone who's getting ready to take a dive off a diving board,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
do something very extreme? You know what I'm saying? There's always that hesitant before it.
The anticipation.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of just saying, you know what, I'm about to go jump out of this plane and then immediately jump out of the plane.
Right,
You know what I'm
right, right,
saying? There's
right.
no hesitation. But
Well,
when it comes to like those types of things, like people, there's a lot of hesitancy before
yeah,
it.
but you know that's what like that's what brought me back to the first thing in the opening of this hour was like COVID gave me that push that I needed.
Yeah,
I'm being real, man. That's why, I'm not asking for another COVID year, but now that I realize that maybe sometimes I need that push, but now I'm already so well equipped to know that when I need to push myself. Maybe I can get it from you, from my from my mom, from my family, from whoever. Sometimes I need that one extra push, that confirmation to say, "Hey, you're on the right path."
oh,
It's
I think we all have that now.
yeah,
All you have to do is just think Corona,
oh yeah, and then
Corona.
think about Moderna on the kitchen floor,
Oh my
and you
god.
get pushed immediately. You know what I'm saying? But I just can't get over the fact that that's what happened, man. Me facing the ceiling with some lights on my face, I'm like, man, it's so humbling. I'm gonna just like maximize my day.
Dude, you've been facing a lot of things, facing the ceiling, facing the wall,
Yep,
bro. You just
I've faced a lot of things lately, man. I don't know what's happening, but things are just coming straight to my head. The objects are like just approaching me right now. I'm not
oh
even doing nothing,
man.
But I'm really glad that like this is how we approach this hour because you know, and I think I've said that to you before. Like if you ask me like how much did I learn or did I change or grew since last year, a couple of months ago, and when I was in the right mindset or the mind like, on the right space, maybe my answer wasn't gonna be the same. And I think that's what's making me so comfortable to talk about things like this right now because I'm in a better place. And I hope, son, listeners, that you are in a better place right now so you can feel like where we come from. But if you are in a bad spot or you're still trying to figure out how to get out of a certain thing, I'm just letting you know. Number one, you're not alone. Number two, if you can face your obstacle on your own and you can some way somehow like get out of it on your own, I promise you, man, the results are always like the reward itself. It's a reward, man. You will benefit from it. You'll feel good when you come out of it. It's just you need to take that first step. You need to like really, really dig down deep there and see what's bothering you, what's stopping you from certain things, and you have to do it. I know this like us circling back to the first hour. It's not comfortable, man. I know it's not comfortable to talk about certain things or to even think about certain things, but you have to start somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. And it's almost like you have to put yourself in that uncomfortable situation, in the most uncomfortable
Yeah,
situation.
yeah.
So at least you know that it can't get no worse than this. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly. Like what's gonna happen? Like
Yeah.
what can happen after this? I already faced
Not even what can, and just saying to yourself, it can't get any worse than
and
this.
it can.
You know.
It seriously can because like you already hit rock bottom. You're there by yourself. You already know you're in the bottom. Now you know for a fact if you got up and did something about it, it can only get better. If God forbid you fell back again, you already been there.
Yeah, you know.
What's the problem then?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it takes a lot. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of like, hard work and determination. And also, you need to tune out certain noise out. You need to like just focus on yourself. So I hope that you know everyone is doing great, and I hope that this this new norm benefits all of us. I hope we actually come out of it better, and we will always be there for you guys. Even we'll always help each other out. We'll try our best to keep the mood light and keep presenting like more challenges and things for us to do, just to keep our mind away from the bad things that are happening out there. But it's always good to challenge each other, and having new challenges will allow us to keep keep being engaged and keep doing new things so we all can keep checking on each other.
Hmm.
It's always good to like check on everyone. Hey, how you doing? You guys are doing
Mm-hmm.
great. Welcome to family. So hopefully you guys like keep supporting us and keep giving us the kind words, and we appreciate everything you guys do for us. And me and Justice always gonna try our best to be here on time, with this energy and keep this energy going. And if there's anything you guys want to share with us, you already know, just leave a comment. You can, um, contact Justice and all the social media platforms that he puts out there. I'm like an old school man. I don't even know how to reach certain things, but I promised him that I'm gonna start like posting certain things and
Yeah.
sharing more with you guys.
We're gonna finally download some apps on this jitterbug.
Yep, yep. I'm a little shy about certain things, I admit, but at the same time, like,
I,
again, it's
I
growth,
I
right?
I think your flip phone can hold at least Facebook.
Yeah, I got a Nextel. I'm gonna chirp you guys every time I release something, or my sidekick.
You got your two-way Motorola over
Yep,
there.
yep. I got the snake in it, or the game snake. But like, if we actually like, I'm gonna bring this up. I know no problem. Like talking about growth. Like you told me earlier at work, like it would be cool for me to share certain things with our audience, and I did kind of feel some type of way because I'm always, you know, I'm stubborn and I feel certain things sometimes like when I fear change, but now I'm learning how to deal with it. But I realize like if I share with our listeners or my friends are my friends and my family, they always got love for me. But if I'm sharing with strangers out there and showing them what I do, and it's gonna benefit them, I'm willing to do it, even though I'm not
There's
used
no
to it.
strangers here, man.
Well, strangers gonna be family, and once we're family, man, y'all gonna be you're gonna have a lot of me, man. I'm not I'm a weirdo, but in a good way. So I will share. I know it's something that's new to me, but again, if you guys are coming out of your comfort zone to join us to share your information with me, it's fair for me to share my information back with you guys.
Exactly.
That's why it's a
Same.
give and take.
Same here.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I'm willing to do that, and I'm willing to actually um, be more open and share more information and actually reach out to whoever needs to whoever needs me to reach out. And I'm literally willing to listen and respond and communicate with whoever that needs me to communicate and respond to them. But again, it takes courage from both sides. I need to be more responsible and more willing to share, and same thing with you guys, because it's a two-way street. I don't want to have all the weight on my shoulders. I want us all to share that weight because we are family and we are in a safe space, and I'm really comfortable to call everyone family, including this dude right here. I really consider him as a brother. So hopefully you guys, you know, are ready for us, and we are here to stay. We're not going nowhere.
Oh yeah. Definitely here to stay. Actually, I do want to talk about this a little bit too. So we've been thinking about doing some live streaming. I don't know,
Oh,
you guys. I don't know
yeah,
if you guys watch the YouTube channel, but we do like little visuals on our YouTube
right.
channel. But yeah, I believe starting next week we will do our first live stream.
Yeah, on Twitch.
So we will be streaming on Twitch.
Yeah,
So if you guys don't already have a Twitch account, please, 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 please go and download Twitch.
right. And I'm familiar with Twitch. Justice is not, so it would be fun to flip the script. But if you guys are gonna support us on Twitch, and I'm gonna say this very very clearly, if you are an Amazon Prime subscriber, you have Amazon Prime, your support will mean a lot to us. Number one, is not gonna cost you a thing, a $0 to subscribe to us on Twitch with your Amazon Prime. You pay your Amazon Prime by subscribing to us on Twitch will 100% benefit us. It's literally a click of a button. So you know how on YouTube you guys subscribe and like the videos, that helps us. On Twitch, all we really need from you guys, if you guys are willing and if you guys are kind enough to do it, is subscribe to us and hit the follow button, because that's gonna really boost the channel. It's gonna help us to do more, and it's gonna help the channel itself grow. So Twitch is a different beast. It's live streaming. There is a lot of like interaction. The comments section is where we can talk to each other.
Yeah, so
We
you guys actually
actually
be able to talk to us
right,
in real time and actually get
exactly.
to hear from us,
Yeah, and we
and we
really
get to hear from
appreciate it.
you guys as well.
Exactly, and we probably gonna be streaming longer than the actual hour podcast, because Justice actually said something interesting to me earlier. He was saying that like because we release an hour once a week, you guys don't know what we're doing this whole entire time till the release of the hour. But if we actually go live on Twitch, we can interact with you guys more than just once a week. We can go live as much as we can, whenever we can, and whoever gets to catch that live stream gets to interact with us. And if they miss it out, they can find it on Twitch because Twitch saves all the videos, and you guys can go back and look at it. So, and we get to basically interact with you guys. It's all more for the interaction with each other because it's such a cool like platform. So please, download Twitch and show us your support. And it will be exciting for us to go like live.
Yeah, because you really get to see how things really go down. Because this guy here is crazy, man.
I mean, we're both crazy, but I'm a little extra crazy. But it's cool though because I'm actually extremely excited about it because
I am too.
Yeah, I do want to interact with whoever joins in. At the same time, it's a live stream.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, by the way, when we record, this is like a live recording, and we just record. We just say what we have to say. We do have like some kind of preparation, but on Twitch we're gonna have the same kind of preparation, but we're gonna be
it's the next level.
Yes,
it's gonna be next level, guys.
Level, and you guys gotta have like two good looking dudes in their mid-30s.
This guy in his mid-30s.
And listen, I'm in my mid-30s.
This old man over here.
All right. I mean, there's no gray hair. There's some gray hair, but you cannot see in the camera. So, But yeah, so show us your support on Twitch. And hopefully you guys, enjoy the live stream when we go live. Also, like, keep supporting us on YouTube and Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We really appreciate the support. I know we're asking for too much sometimes for you guys to like, go here and go there, but it's
but you get a chance to pick your platform,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
but Twitch is definitely where it's going to be at.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those things that like allows us to interact with you guys live, and we get to speak about more things. Because when we have the hour presentation, you guys have to understand, like, we're trying to present you guys with an hour of certain things that we've been discussing during the week. But Twitch, we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about at that moment. And us interacting with you guys, I think, is a cool format because we get to like hear from you, see if you guys been picking up any challenges, if you guys been, having some, ups and downs in your life that you want to share with us. Again, I know it's not comfortable to share some information with us or with strangers, but we all family. Remember, this is a family here. We actually all care about each other. We do, value, our information and your information. So this is all a safe space. So hopefully we can see you next week. We hope you guys enjoyed this hour, and please, stay safe and keep up the hard work. And no slacking off. Please do not slack off. Like, stay on the good path. And if you ever need someone to remind you, you just need to listen to Honest Abe and Justice, because we're always going to be here. So thank you so much for tuning in. And Justice, if you have anything to say to our beautiful listeners and audience, go ahead, brother. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I would like to say a few things. I just want to kind of reiterate. I know we say this every week, but we really do want to appreciate everyone for listening. I like to shout out a few people because we've been really getting some really dope feedback. So I like to shout out Teddy Tastings on Instagram. She actually hit us up and basically said that she's been binge listened to our podcast because she didn't get to hear the first and the second one. So she went back and listened to the first, second one, and the third one, and she absolutely loved it. She reposted on her Instagram basically saying like, Oh my gosh, it's my favorite new podcast. Love Justice and Abe. Like these guys are crazy.
Well, thank you, Teddy Tasting. Thank you so much for
So
your kind
she's
words.
amazing. Yeah. And she even said something to me earlier. She's all like, yeah, man. So I'm really thinking about getting some skates myself as well. So I'm just like, oh, that's great. So,
Okay,
putting those challenges out there for people at this point, people are really loving it. And
okay. Again with the skates, Teddy Tastings. I don't know you, but you sound like a really like cool and I really worry for your safety. So please get some high tops. And get some skates that really like makes you secure and comfortable, and I'm all for that. Don't listen to Justin when it's come to like looking good. Safety matters, okay? Safety
safety
matters.
matters.
Yeah.
Safety does
But yeah,
matter.
but in
But
all seriousness, like thank you so much for the kind words and for your support. Also, hopefully we see you on Twitch when we go live. And thank you so much for actually binge watching our podcast. So yeah, I mean,
yeah, so yeah, thank you guys for listening.
all
We
right,
out.
all right, guys, we out.